You gonna start?
Hey, let's go.
Right. So, welcome to Drunks Notes Brew Review. I'm Steve.
I'm Mike.
I'm Jack.
And today we are going to do a review of Buffalo Trace Bourbon. It's from the Buffalo Trace Distillery in good old Kentucky.
And I am exercising COVID safety protocols.
Yeah, we're not. So this is 45% alcohol by volume, so it's good 90 proof. And this is the namesake for Buffalo Trace Distillery. New bottle here. This one costs about $32 and some plus tax. First time I've ever tried Buffalo Trace.
And how are we going to drink this night? Just neat?
No, we're going to do neat, and then we're going to drop an ice cube or two in it.
Oh, there's the ice.
So we're drinking neat. We're going to give our thoughts on it. Then we'll drop some ice in it. Give our thoughts on it, and then we'll give it a grade. Our score between 1 and 10. So.
All right, so we're going to start playing a new game on these videos. What I want is, as you guys watch a review, you need to have multiple people around you. And every time you see Steve pet his beard, you have to do a shot. Because you will be hammered by the end of the review. I promise you that. Steve's like, will you just shut up?
That's fine. Happy with my beer.
All right.
Put this up there for everybody to see. And this is actually the first time I've had Buffalo Trace. I bought a bottle before, but it went to waste. And good old Jack got this one.
Are you actually claiming that you have alcohol abuse?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's a bigger man than me. I would never admit such, what's the word I'm looking for, fowlery?
It's interesting.
Hang on. There's the warm mixed nuts.
Yeah.
That's more information than I needed to know.
All right, seriously. A little bit of spice, a little bit of vanilla.
So I get a lot of those. The spice and I don't know.
Now, are you guys, I have the research pulled up here. This is one of the ones that we're actually doing a little bit of research on. There's a specific spice that you're supposed to pick up. And I don't know if you guys are picking it up.
More of the spice and a little bit of the little bit of alcohol. Because we've got the first pour out of it. So, what is the tasting note supposed to say, or the smell?
The smell is supposed to be caramel, butter, pumpkin spice. I can smell the spice, but I can't.
I'm not getting any of that.
Yeah, I can't actually like pin what I'm smelling, but I do get a little bit of vanilla and caramel.
Okay, smooth, real smooth.
Very smooth.
Extremely smooth.
I got a little. To me, there's a little sweet on the front end, but got a little bit of burn on it.
I don't have a lot of burn on mine.
Yeah, some- Not too bad. Not too bad. I'm not impressed with it. I came with high expectations.
Well, when you drink it, the only way I can express what it's feeling like in the mouth is it's kind of got a buttery note to it. I don't want to say creamy because that's not the right word, but it's very soft. It's a soft texture in the mouth when you drink it, and then as you swallow it down, it has a nice finish. Now I will say, as I've been sitting here for a couple seconds, I'm starting to get some vapor burn going down the chest, but it's not anything that's super uncomfortable with. It's actually really nice.
See, I liked it on the front end, and then I got a lot of burn on the, right there, the swallow and all that.
I just think you're critical. I could just drink the whole damn thing.
All right, so now we're gonna drop an ice cube in.
In Jack's terms, it's alcohol and it's alcohol friendly. I need a little bit more. I actually drank a little too much of my meat taste. I indulged. All right, a couple of ice cubes. Now, here's the irony in that is typically for Steve, he's more of a neat drinker. Me and Jack, we'll drink neat, but him and I usually our preference for a bourbon or a whiskey or a scotch is having a couple of ice cubes on it. So this is going to be kind of a weird one if it totally flips, where Steve likes the ice on it and we like ours neat.
Well, the ice did definitely cut down a little bit of that, the little alcohol burn that I was getting.
Now I can smell the pumpkin.
I get a little bit more of that caramel
Yeah.
smell to it. So,
I just thought it was.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our live studio audience just showed up. This is nice.
I thought it was smooth, neat, but that is super smooth, little ice that.
throw one more in there. And
I'm way over here, you guys put the ice in, I can smell it over here.
yeah, it's strong. it's still really strong. But I like it better with ice in it.
I couldn't
I
smell it
do
before,
too.
but
I
I
like
can
it
smell it.
pretty well. I mean, I think the studio audience likes it.
Oh yeah, with that ice in there, it really just makes the sensory just explode.
Yeah, the ice
Ooh.
not only toned down the alcohol burn on the nose, but also toned down the little bit of the alcohol burn on the taste. So, normally with that, the first pour is probably a little bit more stronger as you pour and go down the bottle, probably mellows out a little bit. So, with it being the first pour, probably it's better with a little bit of as you go down. But it's not bad with the ice. I didn't like it better with the ice.
Oh, it's one I really like.
This is actually one where it's in the price range where I would say, what does it taste like with ginger beer?
We got a ginger ale behind you if you want to put ginger ale in and try it. We got Coke and ginger ale.
All right.
So we're going to do a 3-for on this one. We're going to throw some ginger ale in this and see how it pairs with ginger ale. Throw a couple more ice cubes in here. Let this thing mix around a little bit.
With the fruit tones, the caramel tones, the smoothness of it, this is definitely one I could see somebody potentially saying, "Hey, I want a ginger ale and mix it up."
More.
It's clean, refreshing, simple, no burn. You can still get some of the hints of the caramel coming through. Of course, whenever you mix a drink, your ginger ale is going to be the forefront, but you get some of the tones of the bourbon coming back in on the backside. It's actually a nice drink. It's not my favorite, but it's one that I can say it works. Now I know you prefer typically either beer or straight, so
Yes, it is. I mean, this is one that put the ginger ale in it. I feel like I should go put my tutu on in my house shoes. So now I'm going to go against that. I think we're going to stick with it either neat or on the rocks. But
I guess I need to go get a tutu on because I dig this.
like I said, it's not my favorite, but it is one that if someone poured me and said, "Hey, do you want a bourbon and ale?" Sure, not a problem. It's not bad.
that's a refreshing post, mowing the yard drink. Right
Yeah.
there.
And the thing I like about it too is my fear is as you get into $50, $60, $70, $80 scotches and whiskeys, when you spend that kind of money, you don't want to spend that kind of money to mix it. When you're spending, $36 on a bottle, I can start to forgive people to, try some different variances of how they want to drink it. But again, as we've always stated on the show, it's your palate, it's your money.
Like it.
You drink anything that you want the way that you want to drink it. No judgment.
I'm more of a fan of if I'm going to mix it with ginger ale. Most of the stuff that I give a high score to if it mixes well with the ginger ale. Not a big fan of mixing it with Coke. I don't think this would go good with the Coke for me, but I do like it with the ginger ale.
It's nice, refreshing.
So with that being said, so what do you give it?
Tell you what, I'm going to go neat. I'm going to go with a 7. At that price point, that's one that neat would be a nice daily something to have in the bar.
Okay.
If I was blind taste testing this and didn't know the cost and didn't know anything about it, and I was to say, "Hey, took a drink of it," I'd probably give it about a 6.5. But knowing what the price is, and this is very budget friendly, things of that nature, I may bump it up a little bit. The quality versus the price of what we spend on some of the other stuff that we taste. But again, I'm trying to go strictly off of I don't know what it costs. Well, and then again, I'm talking about Johnny Walker Blue. I thrashed it when I talked about the the quality versus the cost.
Yeah,
But
if it's expensive, it sucks.
we're gonna tell you. But in this one, I'm gonna on the neat. I'm gonna go 6.5.
Harder on it.
I'm gonna go 6.5 on the neat.
And I'm gonna go 6. I wasn't a huge fan of this one, neat. But I will say, once I drop the ice cubes in it, I bump it up to a good 7 with the ice.
I would give it another full point. I would go 7.5. It was nice, easy, clean drinking. Nice tones as far as the smell, vanilla, caramel, spice. No burn going down, easy drinking. This is some, again, like I always tell everybody, and Steve says it too on the videos, when we give a 6 or a 7, we're not saying don't buy it. It's worthy to be in your liquor cabinet. It's just, you can't rate everything a 10, unfortunately.
I'd go 8 on that. That's one that I would gladly have in my cabinet. Afternoon and neat on the rocks drink. It's a great one, especially at that price point.
So with the ginger ale added to it.
Well, after I got my 2-2 on to drink that, I would probably give it. That's actually a very. I mean, it's not even fair to rate that one really, but I mean, it's a very extremely smooth, refreshing, spritzer drink. But I would go 6.
What about you?
I would keep it at the 7.5. The reason is because the ginger ale takes over the initial taste. Really on the back end, you're just getting another bourbon, you're just getting another whiskey. There's really nothing that says I'm drinking, if you're drinking a Jack and Coke, you're drinking a Jack because of the flavors. There's nothing in this whiskey that distinguishes it from another type of whiskey. So it's just another bourbon and Coke or bourbon and ale. So I would keep it at 7.5.
Yeah, I'll keep it at I'll go to 7.5 with the ginger ale in it. So we get a good view of that. I'll go 7.5, bump it up just a little bit. But I will say, highly recommend it. This is a really good bourbon. I mean, it's not bad by any means. Highly recommend it.
And again, consider the fact that we review stuff that's 80, 90, 100, 110, 100, hell, $200 for small bottles. When you get that kind of quality for $36, that is an everyday whiskey that you can count on. It's budget friendly. You can buy it over and over and over and never be disappointed. So again, I would definitely have that in my cabinet.
Yeah, I like that one.
Okay.
Really recommend that one.
Yep, yeah, highly recommend it. So put down in the comments if you try Buffalo Trace, what you think of it. Give us some comments and some suggestions on what you want us to try. Give us a like, subscribe. And for Drake Snow Review, I'm Steve.
Mike,
I'm Jack.
Peace out.
hang on. That's the new official symbol.